So we're going to talk a little bit about those additional services that are becoming more and more necessary for businesses to grow and develop.
Absolutely.
So are you going to be all right?
I'm good.
Okay.
I just get nervous when I'm around you, Steve.
It happens to a lot of people.
Yes, it does.
I understand completely. Thank you.
I don't do this often.
You're talking tonight, actually, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
What are you going to be talking tonight?
It's a gig.
A gig.
I'm
doing a gig
I'm
today.
still the wannabe rock star, aren't I? I've got a gig. No, I'm speaking to a number of entrepreneurs and investors at Google Campus, actually, this evening, so it should be fun.
Yeah. What will they be looking at of the presentation that you're giving?
That's a great point. I mean, it leads very much into what we're saying here, so good question there, mate. There'll be entrepreneurs there. You're welcome. There'll be entrepreneurs there. There'll be investors there. So let's talk about the entrepreneurs, right? People, there's content everywhere. There's advice everywhere, right? And there are companies and services that these guys over here, they do sales, and these guys do recruitment for salespeople. Or these guys can do all of your digital marketing, and these ones here, here's your law firm, here's your bookkeeper, here's your accountant, etc. And the evolution of Rockstar was great advice, great caliber of mentors, great success stories from those who took the advice and were able to implement it. But a couple of years ago, we thought to ourselves, do you know what? The advice is wonderful, but as I said before, it's not enough, because you can give people all the advice in the world, but if they don't have the ability or the resources or the experience to actually implement it, then the advice is worthless. And we charge for our advice. We'd much rather see them implement it than not. So as I was leading before, in the last section, finishing off with, we, through cost-effective partnerships and acquisition, we added a whole addition of products and services to the Rockstar Group. First and foremost, let's cover the sales. Most people, especially today when they're building businesses, even it's either professional services, but a lot of the time it's new technology or new things for either the B2B market, B2C market. Especially in this country, I find the entrepreneurs themselves, whilst they do their best, most people who run and create this technology or who create these businesses aren't the best people in the world to sell it. Now, that's been a change of view that I've had. You can quote me from 8 years ago. I say, no one can sell your business better than yourself. But that's a sales guy saying that.
I've got to agree with you, actually.
Yeah.
I really do, because I think it's the toughest thing that any business can do. Unless you fall in, you get maybe a large customer very soon or very initially, and you are generating those sales from your enthusiasm and also the uniqueness perhaps of the product or service that you're offering, then it will just work and the traction will be there. But to do it cold is a completely different thing.
Massively. So we created, we more than quadrupled the size of our sales team, and we started renting them out to our customers at next to nothing, at 50% cheaper than what you'd pay in London, right, or internationally. And these are British people, who are doing it. These are our sales people, and we rent them out to our customers if we feel that we love this business, we can help you sell it, and we're going to sell it. The other one, of course, is what everyone, and I heard Dexter Moscow in one of your previous interviews was saying last night, people try and hide from that phone call and just push content out on social media hoping that leads and events will come. And he made a very important point. He said that is no longer, it's starting to wade away. I mean, the amount of content and crap that you see within your social channels now, you cannot stand out. People are now going back to this, but we also acquired a digital marketing company because they do it very, very well. They don't know how good they do it. And so with the Rockstar brand in front of it, we thought we could really utilize this. So again, we manage social media for customers for next to nothing. App development, as you just heard, I've built an app. It cost me a bloody fortune. It is one of the biggest rip-off industries in the world, right? I put a team together, run by a very, very skillful and experienced chap, and we built Rockstar apps. We've never built an app for someone more than 50% of their previous cheapest quote. So just to give you an example, someone recently had 3 quotes, 50,000, 80,000 and 140,000. We did it for 16 and still made a decent margin. Why do we do? We own a law firm. We provide legal services for companies at next to nothing. We give people shareholder agreement templates, sales agreement templates. We give it to them because the mentor is there overseeing them. And in some cases, you'll have a client that will, that comes to us wanting a mentor, leaves with a mentor, 3 sales guys and a digital marketing solution, and all of its legal's done for them. Okay, you'll see a guy that comes to us looking to raise money for an app, and realizes that they can build an app, without having to raise any money. You'll have someone who thinks they want a mentor and leaves purely with 2 salespeople. So having the resource bank there, as you said, it means that there is always a solution to fix and provide to different businesses, which is also cool.
With having that diversity in your business, does that mean that you're not spreading yourself thin? Because I think the thing is that you would imagine that if you go to an organisation that specialises in mentoring, then you're going to get the best of the best when it comes to mentoring. And then if you go to another organisation that does sales, you'll get the best of the best when it comes to sales. By having it all under one roof, is there a danger of diluting the offering that you're giving?
No, because remember, we did it through partnership and acquisition. So every time we built and added a new product and service in, we went and found world's best. Right? As I said with the marketing guys, they are 100 times better in terms of their solutions than anyone else I'd ever seen who charged thousands. But they just didn't know how to sell it. Right? So we were able to incorporate that in. So no, it's not spreading oneself thin. It's simply taking existing teams that exist or creating new teams under the Rockstar brand. I assure you, my head of mentoring is not trying to sell an app build. I can assure you that.
Well, but it's interesting. I think that's maybe sometimes a consideration, because there is nearly a danger of it sounding too good to be true. So, 5 years ago, I'd have gone looking for a mentor. Now, as you're saying, I could turn up, get a mentor and a sales team and an app developed, and also all my legals all sorted out under one house. What's the typical profile of the people that are turning to you at the moment then? Who are they? Are they young entrepreneurs? Are they international entrepreneurs? Are they old codgers like me-preneurs? Steady. Is there a typical profile of the kind of people that are attracted to Rockstar for the services you provide?
They are typically businesses that are 3 years old, that have got traction, that are making money, but they don't have they haven't got where their goal is. They're so far off where their goal is. I mean, it varies hugely, because you can imagine now the way we market and the sort of people who come via the app. Remember before? I mean, we had a guy, what I love about the app is, we had a chap, I woke up on Sunday morning a couple of weeks ago, and there was a guy in Tokyo who had bought 12 hours with 3 different mentors.
Right.
And because he's there in Tokyo looking for advice for different things for his sector, and that's what he looked for. So the typical client varies massively, more than ever now, because there are so many different channels and value feels that we give to attract people in. And you asked me this the last time, and the first thing I ever do when you ask me that, I just come to my head, who did I meet last week?
Yeah.
Who did I meet last week? But when you think
this
about
time
it,
you prepared for it this time.
Yes, very much so. I prepared. Here, first thing Monday morning when I woke up, I went through all my notes, and of course I prepared, yes. But no, it varies, because it's often people who, I met a guy last week, right, who had mentoring, one session with someone years ago, and came back. He's been going for 9 years. And, he's nowhere near where his goal is, nowhere near. And, we did a session, and I did it because I invited him to one of our lunches that we did, and I lifted the bonnet up in an hour. It was so obvious where his problems were. And then we started looking at new revenue models for him. So he's going to be going ahead with a new app, which is going to revolutionize what he does and really make it stand out in his sector. And he doesn't have the time to be engaging estate agents, inventory clerks, landlords. He's in the property sector. So for £700 a month, he's now got us hammering the phones on a built targeted list that we'll set up the appointments and do everything there, but he goes in, meets them, and closes them as a client. So these are some of the examples of what we do.
All right, so we've got all these different services, everything from marketing, app building, and all the rest of it.
Crowdfund, yep.
Yeah, one thing that a lot of people come up against is when it goes about funding, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. If you are looking at starting your business at the moment, and you thought, yes, we've got all the ideas, maybe you've even got all the sales and all the peripheral parts of the organisation in place, and it's the funding now that is causing you the issues. Well, maybe there's a solution for that as well in just a moment, right here on Business Connections Live.